Tonight's first alum being recognized is Cody Waters from the class of 2004.
Cody Waters from the Adrian class of 2004 is being recognized as an outstanding young alumnus for his contributions in the community service organizations and more specifically for his work with youth in the Adrian community. Cody serves as the Chief Executive Officer at the Boys and Girls Club of Lenawee, a position he has held for 5 years. After graduating from Adrian High School, Cody attended the University of Michigan, where he earned a bachelor's degree in general studies with a focus on nonprofit management. He was also a letter winner as a member of the wrestling team. He furthered his education at Eastern Michigan University, where he earned a master's in nonprofit management. Cody's professional work with nonprofits began more than a dozen years ago and has included the following roles: Development and Community Relations Director for Make-A-Wish Foundation of Michigan, Manager of Membership and Community Development of the Girl Scouts of Michigan Shore to Shore Division, Business Manager for the Organization for Autism Research, Community Manager, Relay for Life of the American Cancer Society, and Director of Fund Development for the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kalamazoo. These professional experiences, along with Cody's desire to make a positive impact and provide opportunities for youth, led him back to Adrian in 2018 when he was named the Chief Executive Officer of the Boys and Girls Club of Lenawee. Cody's nomination letters all describe a passionate leader, a positive role model, and a caring individual who is generous and kind. One nominator said, "As a parent, we teach our children to be kind, work hard, and do the right thing. In my dealings with Cody, he displays each one of these characteristics as a role model for the kids and in all that he accomplishes at the club. He is vested in the development of youth and works diligently, ensuring that the programming is worthwhile and enriching for all those who walk through the door. He looks toward ways of expanding programs and offering opportunities that would not otherwise be possible. He is always willing to develop partnerships with other community organizations to make things happen." A retired Adrian Public School educator said this about Cody: "He has chosen a career that will make a huge difference in the lives of many people. He has chosen to make a difference, and he has." Another supporter said Cody leads by example and expects no praise or special recognition. Our community is fortunate to have him. Earlier this year, Cody was named Michigan Boys and Girls Club CEO of the Year. His work in Adrian and in Lenawee County, along with his involvement in the Michigan After School Partnership and his advocacy for local youth, contributed to his selection for this honor. Prior to that, he was awarded the Boys and Girls Club of America Professional Service Award. The nomination for that award was made by staff at the local level. The award recognizes those who show unusual devoted service and have contributed greatly in helping youth to achieve a fuller and richer life through the positive guidance and influence of the Boys and Girls Clubs. Under Cody's leadership, the Boys and Girls Club of Lenawee added a mentorship program as part of a collaboration with the Adrian Dominican Sisters Resilient Communities Initiative. The club has also recently wrapped up a successful fundraising campaign, raising $2.25 million to establish an endowment for an additional $300,000 for capital improvements. As a result of the capital campaign, the gymnasium at Drager, where the club resides, was renovated and several other improvements have been made. One Boys and Girls Club of Lenawee board member had this to say about Cody: "He leads with his heart, whether it is with the kids at the club or his staff. His passion and caring always come through. He is passionate about the community where he grew up in and what he can do to make an impact, especially for the youth." Cody describes the club as a place where young people can experience new things, opportunities that they may not get otherwise, empowering young people to believe that they can accomplish dreams. He goes on to say, "We give people a voice. When you join, you become part of the family. Children experience compassionate staff that want to open the door to a world full of new opportunities for them." While attending Adrian Public Schools, Cody was a leader in the classroom and in athletics. He won an individual state championship as a wrestler and contributed to the success of the football and track and field teams. His leadership was recognized early on as he was named team captain for each of the athletic teams for which he participated in. Cody was also a member of the Varsity A Club and the National Honor Society. Cody volunteers at the Adrian Wrestling Club, sharing his love for the sport with local youth and his own children. He and his family enjoy camping and spending time outdoors. Cody and Sarah reside in Adrian with their boys, Xander and Kane.
Congratulations, Cody. Please come up and accept your award. Thanks.
Wow. I wrote a speech, but to be honest with you, I wasn't sure how my emotions were going to get the best of me, or if they weren't. To know there's more than 27,000 alumni from Adrian High School, and to be recognized as one of two with someone I've looked up to since I was a kid, that's pretty cool. I've known since I was a young kid, little kid, that I wanted to make a difference in the world. The impact that I drove to do started with asking for quarters in the stockings at Christmas so that when we went to Chicago, we could give quarters to the homeless people. It continued through knowing that as I got into the world, that there were opportunities that were going to present themselves with how can I make a difference? Who can I pick up? I was fortunate enough to be a byproduct of two educators. My parents met at Adrian Public Schools. My dad was student teaching at Springbrook at the time, and my mom was a teacher. He swooned her and stole her heart. So that was pretty cool. So when I think of what Adrian Public Schools is to me, it really is the beginning for me. Over the course of time, my mom went and taught at Dragger. My dad stayed at Springbrook. Currently, I'm the Boys and Girls Club CEO in the Dragger building. That's pretty cool. It comes full circle because I remember as a kid sitting there walking through the halls, swimming in the pool that is now my office. I remember the impact that had. I remember when my mom got transferred from Dragger to McKinley. I remember taking the bus to McKinley, spending a lot of time on the east side with my friends, with Michael, with Manuel, with Travis, with Matt, with my buddies. I still volunteer at Michener, where I see a stained glass plaque that my mom made in 2009, the year she retired. That still sits in the front of that building. When I tell you Adrian Public Schools has a very significant place in my heart, I mean that with everything I have. Currently, you heard I got a lot of awards. That's great and all. I don't like awards. I'm obviously uncomfortable talking about myself and different things. But one of the best things about it is that it forces you to reflect on the situation, the outcomes, and where your life is. For me, I've had a support system in place since day one. Adrian Public Schools was a large pillar in that support system. I remember in first grade, I remember in kindergarten, or pre-K, the first year I was in school, 1990, getting walked into school by Laura Lauber. My mom and dad, obviously as teachers, can't take you the first day of school. I remember walking into Miss Waters' class, no relation, and not wanting to let go of Laura's leg. I remember sitting on the tires outside the old playground at Lincoln Elementary School. 2 tires away is Chad Fuss, a little guy who was also in my class. I remember saying, "Hi, I'm Cody," sticking out my hand. "Want to be my friend?" That's kind of what I do for a job now, right? That's pretty cool. I go into 3rd grade. I'm in Miss Roberts' class with JJ Dar, Amber Randa, Caitlin Dennis. We walked around, we fundraised, and we collected 144 cans just between JJ and I, with over 500 cans in our 3rd grade class. I have a picture from a newspaper clipping where we're volunteering at Associated Charities, stacking those cans. And I'm in an Adrian Maples #1 jersey. I still volunteer with Associated Charities. I still believe that we can make a difference for every person in our community. As time progresses, you realize that there are more people than just yourself and your immediate family that have the ability to impact you. I've been very fortunate that Adrian Public Schools surrounded me with teachers, with coaches, with friends that believed in me. I remember I was a junior in high school, had my darkest day. Pat Peters, Senora Peters, I'd been in her Spanish class a couple different times. Different class, not all the same. And she pulled me out of the class. She said, hey, something's not right. You okay? I think I am. But as tears rolled down my face, I knew that I wasn't. And she knew that I wasn't. Her and Miss Jones, they sat down, took me to lunch. We had a conversation. We talked about the impact of what I could do, what I could be. When I was in college, I got real sick and spent a week in the hospital. I got out on a Saturday. The next day on Sunday, I got a call from Jan Peters, Pat's husband. Pat was in the hospital in the same exact room, looking at the same stupid painting that I looked at for a week. It's a little girl in a pink tutu with a dress hat from the 1920s with 2 Doberman pinschers sitting next to her. Thanks, Kane. I'm glad you like that. I remember making an adamant effort that next day, walking in there and saying, we're changing this picture. The nurses remembered me and they said, we'll get that done. Mrs. Peters told me I could do it. Mrs. Peters was an example of the loving and caring individuals that you have here at Adrian Public Schools. I was fortunate because I was exposed because being a teacher's kid. But I was in orchestra at Lori Wittenkeller. I played in the recorder and sang in upbeats with Peggy Sneed. I did anything and everything that you could do. I had to run the 2-mile in track because my dad and Leo Lover would get mad at me for getting in trouble in school. I was 195 pounds running a 2-mile. I don't know if you guys know, that's not really something that happens all that well. Adrian Public Schools is ingrained in my heart. I came back here knowing that we could make a difference and make an impact. I'm adamant that I'm going to make a change in this world and make it a better place. And I know that that's going to happen because of the impact that Adrian Public Schools and the people that I was exposed to have had on my life. Athletics may have been my avenue to experience the world, but that wasn't the only avenue that I was exposed to. It was just one of many. And it just happened to be the one that worked best for me. But the thing that I pride myself on, and I talk to anybody that wants to hear it, when you look for what the opportunities are across school districts within our state, within our region, and especially within our area, Adrian Public Schools has better opportunities, has wider range, has better academic opportunities, has more caring and loving individuals than anything I've ever experienced. I believe in Adrian Maples, and I believe in the opportunity to stand up here in front of you is an absolute blessing. One where I'm pretty adamant that blind squirrels find nuts too, but you gotta work pretty hard to get those nuts when you're blind. And for me, I wanna just say thank you. Thank you to my family for the undying support, the unending support from my board, my staff, my peers, but most importantly, the kids, the young people that believe in what we're doing, that support us on a daily basis. Because I can't be an outstanding alumni if there's not a school. Our outstanding mentors and teachers can't be outstanding if these kids aren't here for them to be outstanding for. So as one of 5 individuals that's recognized tonight, thank you very much for your support, but thank you more to the individuals that do it on a daily basis. You're making the world a better place, and I want to say thank you for that. On an additional note, I told Fred I might do this if I could keep it together. I've had the privilege, and this is the part where I probably will get emotional. I've known Fred since I was little. I grew up with his daughter, Amy. I remember riding around with Fred and Michelle and Julie in the back of their Oldsmobile station wagon, where Michelle boycotted anybody being able to turn off Smashing Pumpkins. But you know what? That's the type and the caliber of people that I was able to be exposed to because of Adrian Public Schools. So for me to stand up here tonight and be able to be recognized as somebody I've looked up to since I was 6 years old, that's pretty damn cool. So thank you very much. I really, truly do appreciate it. Congrats, Fred, and all the other award winners. Let's go Maples!